Hello there, everyone. Today I'm gonna tie a small fly, well, not a small fly, but a fly that's called Nightskater. This is a great fly for fishing the Danish coastline in the nights, but I would imagine that if you present this fly on any given trout stream during the night where the brown trout really are looking for a meal, then definitely you would get some action as well. First of all, I've applied one of these Mark Petichang magic heads, which gives the fly a tremendous amount of movement in the water. And well, this is basically going to be there. This is basically going to be kind of like an expansion of the classical woolly bucker pattern, but you'll see that. So, just making sure that my head is exactly where I want it to be, like so. And then I'm gonna make a solid base of thread all the way down here over the hook. This is a size 12 magic head and a size 4 CS45. 54, of course, CS54 hook, which is a very nice hook for this. It's also saltwater resistant. Corrosion is resistant to corrosion, so it's a very good fly for saltwater as well. Maybe for bonefish and your typical other saltwater species, this is a bit light in the wire, but I think it can probably work. Okay, then I'm gonna make a tail out of a marabou, exactly as with the woolly bugger. What I'm doing is I'm taking a feather and then with 2 fingers I'm holding all the fibers here on one side. Then I'm cutting off all those fibers. There you see. Actually, you could use a Mark Petichang magic tool for this as well, but well, just using my fingers for this particular fly. And then I gather all the hackle fibers. But the bundle in the bag is a bit rugged, so I'm just gonna cut that off. And then I have what I need, a marabou tail. The easiest way to make these marabou tails is to buy woolly bugger marabou. This is small marabou feathers that is uniform in length and that actually is packed and ready and selected especially to make good tails on woolly bugger flies. So those are definitely very nice. Made a tail, and I'm just gonna tie down all this marabou here. It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter that they are, well, the body is a bit bumpy because we're gonna cover this in dubbing in a second as well. Like so. And then we're gonna do 2 things. First of all, I'm gonna take some rubber legs in black. Some round rubber legs in black. These round rubber legs are very strong and very durable. And they are a pleasure to work with. They come in this kind of sheet, and you just strip off 1 or 2 at a time, depending on how much you need. I need 2 now, so I'm just gonna cut this into the sizes that I want, which is something in order in the magnitude or in the size like this. Tie it down exactly at the base of your tail of the fly. One of the tricks to doing this is to take your rubber legs and just lay it across the thread, because then you can, and hold it with 2 fingers, and then you can move it about and you can place it exactly where you want it to be with your tying thread. This is also a very neat trick for tying well, almost any type of material in, especially ribbing and stuff like that, because you can control exactly where it's located and exactly how you want it to be. Then I'm gonna cut off these 2. That is going to be fairly easy because I need some more legs further up, but I need more than the two these would give if I just pulled them upwards. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to take some foam. Now I have from this this whole sheet of fly foam, I've cut 2 strands. This is, you know, kind of like a piece of foam, and you can just cut the 2 strips of the length that you want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and tie this down exactly where I want it to be. No, wait, that's not right. I'm gonna do the body, tie the body hackle in first here. It's a long time since I've tied one of these, so I just have to remember the right order of stuff. We need a body hackle or a palmer hackle, so I'm gonna tie one of those in right here as well. Right down here at the base. And then I'm taking a small amount of dubbing, small amount of black STF dub, because I want to make a small bump down here for attaching my foam, like so. Then I'm gonna take my foam, and as you can see, I've made 2 strips here. Then I'm tying down my foam right there. So one part is sticking out behind the fly, and then another part is sticking. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the second layer of foam. Make sure that you tie this down fairly hard, and that you don't catch, as I've done so now, don't catch too many of your hackle fibers. Then I'm going to pull all of this back, and then I'm going to make the rest of the body using SLF dubbing, STF dubbing in black. So this is a fly that will, it will lay on top of the surface, and when you pull it, it will, because of this magic head, it will make a very nice V in the water. It will of course stay on top of the surface, and it will float. And this is made to float and still provide a lot of life to the fly with this magic head. So it has a very nice effect on the surface. It looks great on the surface, and well, works very well for both sea trout and brown trout. I've caught brown trout in New Zealand in this pattern as well during night fishing. Night fishing for brown trout, I think, is underestimated. Well, throughout large parts of the world. It is great, because in the dark the trout tends to lose their carefulness and just become hunters like they are. So if you have some water that is where the fishing pressure or the number of fishermen is fairly large, but everyone is fishing with nymphs and dry flies during the day, then what I would recommend you to try is to take a pattern like this, or just, well, basically a bully bugger or something like that, and go out there and just throw it into the water in the pools, you know, that are famous for holding big trouts, and hold on to your rod, because many of those large trout that resides on the bottom and that you've seen numerous times but never have actually gotten to eating your fly, they lose all caution in the dark, and well, big brown trouts and big trouts in general are actually more active in night They are nocturnal creatures, and during the night time, many of these trout will move from the pools out into shallower water in search of prey like, well, other smaller brown trout and stuff like this. And that is where this fly comes into the picture, because this fly works, and you will catch some of those large brown trouts that you've only dreamed about using this fly. What I'm doing up here in the final stage is I'm just gonna take some more rubber legs, and as I did before, just taking them and attaching them all the way up here, like so. I'm gonna take my tying thread and just let it dangle there, cutting off the first of the two foam strips, and then the other one I'm gonna cut the other one a bit shorter, like so. Gonna give this a nice point out here, if I can do that so it's even, like that. Down here I'm gonna do the same, cut this one off so it's not as long, and cut that one off in we got the rubber legs in the length I want them, which is, yeah, kind of like that. Like so. And well, there you have it. The Nightskater. You can, of course, if you like, apply some flesh to the tail. And I would say if I had to criticize this fly, then I would probably normally have made the tail a bit longer. But well, my marabou feather just wasn't all that well suited for this. But as I said, because of the magic head and the foam, this fly will stay on top of the water. It will wriggle a lot, and it will produce a small wake. And because of the foam, you will be certain that this fly will be seen, because it will splash, and it will dive, and it will make a lot of noise in the surface. Well, thank you very much for listening. Those were the words.